Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So in today's video, we're going to look at a very interesting space where a lot of names have fallen 40-50% in the last few months, especially after a very good rally in 2021. Now, this space itself actually has a lot of names and it's traded across the world. So a lot of you would be very active in this, already invested in this space. But I think we have now another exciting opportunity in this space, and I feel a lot of names in this space will do well in the coming weeks, coming months. Now, we're going to be talking about the cryptocurrency space, or the altcoins as we call it. And today we're going to look at 4 names which look really good and which are set to give at least a minimum 100% returns in the coming months. And these 4 names are really good, but a lot of you might be already invested in the space. Now, before I start, I want to make it very clear that this is a very risky space. And if you want to be invested in the space, you have to follow risk management rules. So before you even decide to put how much money you want to put in the space, any names that you want to invest, ensure that you're going to put only the amount that you can afford to lose, or at least have a strict stop loss and know how much you're going to lose in that particular name on the particular crypto that you're going to invest. So that's a very clear disclaimer that I want to put forward too, because it can be very volatile. It trades 24/7. So while you're sleeping, the cryptos can crash, cryptos can go up, anything can happen. So always it's very prudent and wise to keep only the amount that you want to not really lose. Every money that we save is worth every hard work that we put. So ensure that you don't invest all your eggs in one basket. Okay, so that's the disclaimer that I want to give before we start with the video. So there are 4 names. Before that, if you want to take any guess, do let me know. And also if you are already invested in the crypto space, also let me know. And let's look at the 4 names. So the 4 names that we're going to look at today is Mana USD, the Sand cryptocurrency, then the HNT, or I think it's called Helium otherwise, and Luna. Okay, these are the 4 names we're going to look at. We're going to do the technical analysis and see what are the potential entry points, where can you buy, what should be your stop loss, and what are the targets for each and every cryptocurrency. Okay, so that's it. And that's the summary for today, and let's jump into the video without wasting more time. So as always, I use TradingView. So in case you have not used TradingView ever, there's a nice video that I've done. So go ahead and watch the video. And let's look at the first cryptocurrency today, which is Sand USD. Now this Sand, this one has been doing well, of late. And I think it has potential to do well going forward as well. So now when you look at any crypto, there are a lot of different exchanges where they're traded. So go for some of the well-known exchanges like Binance is one that I know of. So I'm going to go to this exchange. And as always, start with the multi-time frame analysis, start off with the weekly charts or monthly charts, and then go ahead into the daily charts and see what's happening. So this is the Sand cryptocurrency. It's pegged against the US, not pegged really, but I'm looking at the USD, not the Euro or any other Forex. I'm looking at Sand here, right? Sand against the USD. So here, if you see this stock or this crypto or the altcoin, how we call it, was listed back in August 2020, and since then it has had a very strong run, and it has been doing well, and it has been trending in a beautiful long-term channel, right? So if you see the stock goes up, consolidates, goes up, consolidates, goes up, and again I think we are in that phase where this might again head higher, right? So overall the trend is up. It has been in a very strong move. The volumes have been good every time the stock goes up, and the overall trend is also up. Now, while a lot of currencies have gone down a lot, this also corrected from the top. It corrected almost 60%, right? 70% almost from the top, and now it is going sideways. Now that's the overall trend for you. Now going to the daily charts just to understand what's happening in the recent months, right? So since the November 2021, we have been seeing some strong down moves, and if you just take a simple trend line and connect those points here, you will see that this is coming out of a downtrend, right? So we've come out of downtrend. So that's the trend line there. You can also draw a parallel channel in case you want to. So you can take this parallel channel and connect those dots, and you will see that this is also a kind of a parallel channel where the stock has been trending in, right? Now, recently in the last few days, the stock has, this crypto or Sand has come out of this, consolidation here, this downtrend here, and has also made a new higher high on the daily chart. So if you see this, it's made a higher high, and now the stock is, not the stock, sorry, I'm used to more stocks, that's why I keep calling it stocks, but this one is set to head higher, right? So we also have a very strong support zone around this level. So it's kind of a rectangle consolidation there, and we had a breakout on the 24th of March, and since then it's just been going sideways. Now here you can buy this one at the current market price. and because it's already broken out, and we've already broken out from the trend line as well. And here the stop loss for me is 2.6 or 2.63 is this low here, and I think unless we don't go below that, this can head much higher. Now obviously the next question is what are the targets. For me, the targets is first the recent highs. So there is a small short-term target here on 4.8 as well. So let's say even if you invest today, even if it goes here, we're looking at 32%, 33% return. But for me, the targets are around this level, which is 7 to 8 levels, right? So that's almost 100% return that we're expecting. Even if it reaches the previous highs, that's still 124% return. Now, what's the risk that we're taking? The risk that we're taking here is, around 20%. So we're looking at least a 1:4 risk reward. So you're risking 25%. The risk here is top loss is 25% and targets around 100%. So we're looking at 1:4 risk reward. And yeah, if it crosses the levels of 8.15, 8.2, then we're going to see much higher levels, probably 10 or even 12 in the coming months, in the coming years, right? So that's the first one. Now, in case you're already invested in this crypto, do let me know since what levels you've been invested, and I'm sure it's been an awesome multi-bagger for many if you've invested right from the scratch. And it's still never late. It's still not late for you to enter this crypto and buy some quantity in this. So let's look at the second one, which is Mana USD. Now, these are some, not well-known names in the crypto space or in the altcoin space, right? Again, here I'm using Binance as a crypto exchange here. And again, as always, I'm going to look at the weekly charts. Now, the weekly charts, if you see, this was listed back in August 2020, just like the SAND USD. And since then, the stock has been going up, consolidating, going up, consolidating again. Right now, here, if you see, we have a clear trend line. Right now, you can also draw a channel like I drew in SAND USD. I just want to ensure when I draw trend lines, I want to ensure that I have 2 touch points on both sides. Right. So here, if you see, I have 1 touch point here. You can call it as 2, but if I had another one, then that I'd have called that a perfect channel for this crypto. Right. But for now, I think that's more than enough. And you see that this currently is just reversing from that trend line over there. Right, and that's why this is for me a very low risk setup compared to SAND, as same as SAND. And now if you go to the daily charts, you'll again see a similar kind of a breakout from a trend line in Mana USD as well. So if you draw this trend line over here, you see that we had a breakout on the 24th of March, similar to what we had in SAND, and now again we are going sideways. Right now, that's very a very tight consolidation happening here. And here, in case you're very aggressive, you can also keep a stop loss at 2.45 by the current market price. Right, again, also if you see here on the 1st of April, we had a nice wick which shows that there is demand. That's why for me, every crypto looks good because they are breaking out. They have made a higher high and they have broke out with good volumes and they're just going sideways. And for me, it makes a very interesting bet in the space. So even if you, if you don't want to invest much, even if you can invest, probably 5% of your overall capital in one of these, and if they go up 100%, you still make another 5% on your overall capital. Your capital is up 5%, right? And that's why it makes, for me, this sector itself or this space itself makes me very excited, and it's a very interesting space to be invested in. Okay, so that's the second one. The stop loss here, you can keep it as around 2 levels, around 2.19 or 2.2, or if you're aggressive, you can even go with a very tight stop loss of 2.4 levels as well. Now again, here, what are the targets that I'm looking forward to? So that's the current market price. So I'm looking for first of a target of 30% return, and then I'm looking for almost 110% return. Right, and then if it heads higher, that's just additional bonus, right? So don't exit the moment the stock reaches that high point over there, because the stock it can go how much of a high it wants to. Try to ride the trend as much as possible and try to be little aggressive, not aggressive but conservative in terms of trailing the stop loss. That's something that you should be doing. Okay, so again, that's the second crypto that we want to discuss today. The third one is HNT USD. I'm not sure if many of you know this name. Even I came across this just today, so I'm just making a video on this. So this is again another space which looks really good. What happened here to TradingView? I'm just going to type it again. So HNT USD, again, I'm going to choose Binance here. I'm going to again go to the weekly charts and see what's happening in this as well. Now again, here, if you see, the stock was again listed back in June 2020. And since then, the stock has been trending beautifully in a long-term uptrend, right? So we've been going up, consolidating, going up, consolidating. And now that's a very nice support there. And that's why the stock or this crypto is kind of going sideways and taking support on those levels. So for me, this is another high conviction bet. and I feel that this also can head higher because we are taking around, there's a confluence of support here, and if you see, we're already forming some nice wicks and there is some nice consolidation happening around those levels. So for me, that becomes a very important level, and if you go below the levels of 19.5, 19.7, that's when I would be out of this completely, right? Until then, I think still this has the potential to head higher from here, and we can see some really good returns going forward in this as well, right? So you can buy at current market price. There is a confluence of supports. One is a trend line support, the horizontal support, so that's a major zone, and I feel this can head higher. Now the only thing here is, while Sand and Mana have broken out from the downward trend line, this is yet to break out, but also here we are seeing a similar kind of support resistance around that zone, and once we break out from that, so this is also a short inverted head and shoulders that we are seeing here, or a very flat base as well, right? So that's a very flat bottom. This is probably inverted head and shoulders, and if we break out around the levels of 26, then we are going to head to much higher levels. Now the stop loss that you want to keep is around 19.4 levels, and the targets that you want to look forward to is, if you buy at current market price, the first target is this zone around 31% return, and you're going to look at 80% return, and I'm looking for all-time highs again, which is around 130% return. So all the three cryptos I've discussed today have a potential of 100% returns, and they all give you a 1:4 risk reward or 1:5 risk reward ratio, which is very good in terms of trading or in terms of investing as well. Okay, so that's the third crypto that I want to discuss today. Now, I'm sure you're already excited and you're like, I want to put all my money today in this and make some money. Now, that's not how you do it. As I said, keep your risk in control, keep your money in control, and ensure you don't invest all your eggs in one basket, and go with probably 5 to 10% of your capital and not beyond that, because if it goes down tomorrow 50%, then you'll be losing 50% of what you invested, right? So that's what you have to always keep in mind first before you look at returns. The last crypto that we're going to look at today is the Luna crypto. Right now, this is my biggest conviction, or I have the highest conviction in this, because this is already broken out of all-time highs and it is already heading higher into new highs, and that's why it makes it really an exciting out of all the four. So let's look at that chart as well. So Luna USD, again, I'm going to take the Bitfinex SPAY exchange from here, and this is a beautiful setup. Right now, if you look at the weekly charts here, again, this had a very strong fall and it went all the way up and has been consolidating since then. It's forming a kind of a cup and handle pattern here. Now, if you don't know what's cup and handle, you can just do a Google and you'll find it. Now here, if you see this kind of took support around that trend line, and now we had a deep correction, and then we again went up. We had a much smaller correction, and now it has broken out on the 29th March. It broke out and it is forming a very tight consolidation here. Now, that's why it makes it really exciting for me, because now it can now head into, it can give a very good 30 to 50% move in a few weeks time, and also it's forming a very tight base. Now, for a high risk, not a high risk, but a very aggressive trader, I would still keep a stop loss here at 98.8, which is this low, and take a small bet here and see how it turns out to be. Also, if you're a little conservative, you can keep your stop loss around 80 levels, and also, and just take a small position and see where it goes. Now, obviously, next question is targets. So for me, the targets is right now it's around 100% from here is what I'm looking forward to. And also, one of the things that you could do is, take the price range here. Many of people do this. It's a very classic way of doing estimations, right, of targets. So here, this is a 57 point or a 60 point correction here, or the cup is 60 point in depth, and we're looking at a similar 60 point, which is 170 levels from the current market price. So if it goes up 60 points from the current levels, 100 to 160, that's still a 60% return, still a decent return from my point of view. The only thing is you have to keep your risk in check, and if you can do that, then you can look for really some good targets in this space. So these are the 4 cryptos that I wanted to discuss today, and I hope you enjoyed and loved my analysis, and I hope you got alerted at the right point of time, and I will keep doing more such videos on crypto going forward. But before that, if you did like my analysis, don't forget to share the video with your friends, and don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel so that you get notifications right on your mobile. That's it for today. I'm going to leave you here, and I hope you enjoyed this analysis of mine during this weekend. And if you did invest in any of these cryptos, do let me know. And also, if you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. I can help you, resolve your questions. Thank you. Stay safe, trade safe, and take care. Bye-bye.